How to bulk up. Now straight away, bro, I'm going to show you two pictures just so you know that I'm not just waffling, that I'm actually talking from experience and that I actually know how to build muscle. So here's a photo of me around 2 years ago, and here is a photo of me now. There's a bit of a difference. The picture on the left, I weighed around 62 to 64 kilos, give or take, which is around 136 to 35 pounds. I now weigh 75 kilos, which is around 165 pounds. During this process of going from skinny to muscular, I had to bulk up. Essentially, I just had to gain weight. I had to increase my calorie intake so that my body would gain weight. And I'm going to share with you exactly how I did that. I'm going to give you my tips and tricks along with what to eat and the mistakes that I made so that you don't have to make the same mistakes. Now, I did a lot of research into this, bro. I did a lot of research into how to bulk up, but unfortunately I did a lot of that research on YouTube. Now don't get me wrong, bro, there are a bunch of videos on YouTube that are very helpful and that are very informative, but there are also a bunch of videos on YouTube that contain a lot of terrible advice and that are made solely for the purpose of getting views. Now you might not be starting from the place that I started, bro. I was very lean. I was just straight skin and bone, bro. Now you might have what's called a skinny fat physique. Your arms are skinny and you lack muscle, but you also have a bit of a belly. You know you have fat that you need to lose. For the straight up skin and bone type of physique, you don't really need to be that concerned about what you're eating. Obviously you want to keep your diet as clean as possible, but if you want to dirty bulk, then you can. For the skinny fat guys out there, you need to be a bit more mindful about what you're eating and what you're putting into your body. You need to be a bit more mindful about how much you're eating. Now I did the dirty bulk and I gained a fair bit of fat, bro. Probably the most amount of fat that I've ever had on my body in my entire life. I'll pull up a picture and some videos right now so you can see how much fat I actually gained. Now I probably didn't need to gain that much fat, bro, but eating the amount of calories that I was eating helped me build muscle. But if I was to go back and do it all again, I probably wouldn't let myself gain that much fat. Knowing what I know now, I probably would have kept my protein intake high because obviously I still wanted to build muscle, but I would have cut out the junk food, so to speak. I was eating like Ben & Jerry's, bro. A whole tub of Ben & Jerry's is like 1,000 calories. I was cramming in one of those just to get my calorie intake up. But it's full of sugar, bro. There's not a lot of protein in it and it's probably just not worth it. The more fat you gain during a bulk doesn't necessarily mean you're going to gain more muscle. And the more fat you gain during a bulk, the more fat you're going to have to cut. The more fat you're going to have to lose when you come to the cutting phase. So if you're serious about bulking up, bro, here is what you do. First of all, I want you to work out your maintenance calories. Now you can do this through a link that I've left in the description, but don't click off this video and do it just yet. There's a lot more you need to know. But once you know your maintenance calories, bro, I want you to increase that amount of calories by around 400 to 500 if you're the skinny guy. And if you're the skinny fat guy, I want you to lower that to around 200 to 300 calories above maintenance. To build muscle, you need to be in what's called a calorie surplus, which basically means that you're eating more calories than you're burning. It's as simple as that, bro. You're consuming more calories than you're losing. If you're not in a calorie surplus, you will not build muscle. Now I want you to play around with your calorie surplus and find out what's best for you. You don't have to stick to what I've told you. Find out what's best for you by tracking your weight week in, week out. Now I want to talk about protein, bro. I'm not going to touch on your macros too much, but I want to add that you need to be consuming at least 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of body weight. You have to do this if you want to build muscle. Again, you're not going to build muscle if you're not doing this. If you're not consuming enough protein, you will not build muscle. Protein is essentially the building blocks for building muscle. So if you weigh around 130 pounds, then you need to be consuming at least 130 grams of protein per day, which is quite easy to do, bro. A chicken breast alone has about 40 to 50 grams of protein, depending on the size. You can hit your protein targets quite easily if you're aware of what you're eating. Now, obviously, as you start to gain weight, you want to increase that protein intake to match the current weight that you're at. So if you're 130 pounds and the week after that you're 132 pounds, obviously increase your protein intake to 132 grams. But as long as you're getting at least 1 gram per 1 pound of body weight, or maybe slightly more, then you will be building muscle. As a general rule of thumb, aim to get at least 30 grams of protein in every meal. Now I want to talk a bit about foods, bro. You need to be eating calorie dense foods. Things like nuts, things like avocados, things like butter, oils. Your meats, obviously. Meats that are high in fat. Pasta, bro. Whole wheat pasta if you want a healthier option. I mentioned earlier about Ben & Jerry's, bro, and whilst that is calorie dense, there is a lot of calories in a tub of Ben & Jerry's, but it's empty calories, bro. It's mainly just sugar. You want to be aiming to get your calories from nutritious foods. Chicken, cashew nuts, bro. I still eat them to this day. They are very, very calorie dense, and they are very, very high in protein. Bro, there's around 220 calories in 40 grams of cashew nuts, which is a small amount of cashew nuts, bro. It's like a handful. You could fit 40 grams in your hand easily. And out of those 40 grams of cashew nuts, there's around 8 grams of protein. Now, I'm not going to tell you exactly what you need to eat and when you need to eat it, bro, but you need to be smart about what you're eating. And you want to be eating on a regular basis, bro, at least 4 to 5 meals per day. You want to keep your body in the state of what's called muscle protein synthesis. And to stimulate muscle protein synthesis, you need to be eating 20 to 30 grams of protein every 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours, which basically means that you're keeping your body in a constant state of building muscle, of repairing your muscles. So you want to be eating as often as you possibly can. Now, obviously you can throw snacks in there, bro. Protein bars, they're gonna help you tremendously. Liquid calories are another thing I need to mention, bro. You can make smoothies. Drop oats in there, a banana, milk, strawberries, honey, peanut butter. That's going to contain a lot of calories, bro, and it's easy to consume. You're just drinking it. It's something I did when I was bulking up that really, really helped. And you can keep it healthy, bro. Again, it doesn't have to be unhealthy. But basically, bro, all in all, if you are that skinny guy, you need to be eating a lot of food. And you want to aim to keep it as clean as possible. Now, it's never going to be 100% clean, bro. You're obviously going to consume sugar here and there. You're obviously going to consume things that aren't really healthy for you here and there, but just aim to keep it as clean as you possibly can. And to see the results that you really want to see, bro, you have to be consistent. You have to stay consistent. It's not a quick fix. It's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to see the results that you want to see overnight. It was a good 3 months, bro, before I saw any sort of result. To bulk up, bro, to build muscle, it takes time. Don't give up if you're not seeing results straight away. Don't give up if you're not seeing results within the first month. Stick to it, bro, and stay consistent, and I promise you will see results if you're doing the right thing. Now, obviously, we need to talk a little bit about training. Obviously, you need to be lifting weights. Obviously, you need to be in the gym. Obviously, you need to be tearing your muscles so that they repair themselves and they build themselves back stronger and bigger. In the beginning, bro, it's probably not going to really matter too much about how you train. As long as you're lifting weights, bro, as long as you're putting in the work, as long as you're working hard, your body's going to build muscle. Now, having said that, you need the right training split, bro. You need to be doing the right exercises, the right amount of reps, and the right amount of sets. And this is a mistake that I made about 6 months into my training. At first, bro, I was following a program. It was one of my boys, and he had a program that he bought off somebody online. And he'd been going to the gym for a few years before me. And it was a really good training split, bro. I built a lot of muscle in a short amount of time. But then I stopped training with him as often as I did. I think we went into lockdown or whatever. And when I went back to the gym, I just followed like some basic ass generic fucking push-pull legs thing. And I really didn't see the same results that I was seeing on a different training split. And about a year ago, bro, I decided to put my own training split together. And I've left a link to that training split in the description, bro. Yes, it's a product. Yes, I'm selling a product. But it's the exact same training split that I run to this day. I still run this training split. And it's still getting me results. It is a push-pull legs, but it's optimized with the best sets, the best reps, and the best exercises. I would not look the way I do now if I wasn't running this training split. So obviously we've touched on training. If you are trying to build muscle, if you are trying to bulk up, I wouldn't really recommend doing any cardio. You can do it for your health, you can do it for your heart health, but just go for a walk, bro. Don't do anything over the top. Don't do excessive amounts of cardio because it's going to be a lot harder for you to bulk up, because you're burning more calories, which will not help you when you're trying to get into your calorie surplus. So lift weights, bro, shock your muscles. That's what they need. And obviously you need to be progressively overloading, which means that you need to lift a little bit more than you did last week. Or you need to do those extra reps. You need to do an extra rep at the end of that set. One more than you did last week. You want to be aiming to work harder than you did last time. And now last but not least, I want to talk about your rest and recovery. When you are trying to build muscle, bro, when you are trying to bulk up, you need to be getting at least 8 hours of sleep every night. When you sleep is when you recover the most. When you sleep is when your body works the hardest to repair your muscles. I honestly believe that I saw really good results in a short amount of time because I was sleeping a lot back then, bro. I was sleeping a good 9 hours a night, at least. And now that's not optimal for everybody, bro. I know not everybody has the opportunity to sleep 9 hours a night, but aim for at least 8, bro. And if you can't get 8, then 7 at least. Recovery is probably one of the biggest things that's overlooked when it comes to building muscle, when it comes to bulking up. But your sleep is very important. It's just as important as your food. It's just as important as training. Sleep, food, and training are the 3 main factors when it comes to you bulking up. Those are the 3 things that you need to get dialed in. And if you can stay on top of those 3 things, bro, if you can do those 3 things correctly, then you will bulk up, you will build muscle, you will start to see the results that you want to see. And again, consistency, bro. You have to stay consistent. I'm gonna leave that one there, bro. If there's anything that I forgot to cover or anything that I forgot to mention in this video, I'll make another video on this topic at some point, bro. But apart from that, bro, click on this video to help you on your self-improvement journey. Subscribe, bro, drop a like, drop a comment, help me out with the algorithm, all that good stuff. I'm making it my mission to help turn boys into men.